If you didn't know, Wake County's population has exceeded 1 million citizens, with at least 63 people moving into the county every day. With those numbers comes more congestion on the roadways, and in a way to bring some relief to the traffic problem, the Wake County Transit Plan was developed following 2 years of studies, public comment, outreach, and development. Joining us to talk about some of the details of the plan is Tim Maloney, Director of Wake County's Planning, Development, and Inspections area. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
How did the discussion about this transit plan even come about?
Our region has been planning for transit for several decades now, finding ways to improve how we improve our mobility within our community. What's different about the plan we've been working on for the past 2 years are two things. One is we've engaged the public in ways that we haven't in the past through public meetings. And secondly, we've educated them on transit planning principles so that they could make informed decision when we talked about trade-offs for how we might invest in transit within our region.
Why is there a need to have a plan that addresses transit in Wake County?
You mentioned earlier our population growth. We're growing at 62, 63 people per day. We are the second fastest growing county in the United States with over 1 million people in it. Transit is an important piece of the fabric within our community. In implementing it can help drive our economy and how people move around our community, whether it's to business, whether it's to work, whether it's to school.
And what are some highlights of the recommended plan that the board recently approved?
When we describe the plan, we describe it in what we call 4 big moves. The first one is stronger regional connections. We know that our commuting patterns don't end at the county line. We have people that come into the county and those who live here that move out of the county for commuting patterns. So we know we have to increase those connections. The major investment that we are making within this regional connections is a commuter rail train that would extend 37 miles from Garner through downtown Raleigh, NC State, Cary, Morrisville, RTP, and then on up into Durham. The second big move is making connections to all of our municipalities. It was important when we were talking with all of the municipalities that they have some connection, whether it's peak service or 60-minute type service through bus, to the urban core and to the system that we are planning for. The third big move that we talk about is increasing our frequent downtown urban mobility. We know that when you implement high-frequency service, you can increase ridership. People can easily schedule their day around high-frequency bus service. A key investment in that system is what we call bus rapid transit, which puts a bus in a dedicated lane through a particular corridor that can move that bus vehicle through that corridor a little bit faster than traffic. It might get signal prioritization. It can have level platform boarding at the bus station in and of itself. So it has the flexibility of a bus within that bus lane, but can jump out of that bus lane when it needs to. And the fourth big move is increasing transit coverage to as many people as we can throughout Wake County. We feel that we are doing that with the implementation of various types of service, whether it's peak-only service, 60-minute service, 30-minute service, or 15-minute service, including the bus rapid transit and the commuter rail.
Okay. And finally, Tim, how can citizens find out more information about this plan?
We encourage citizens to go to our website at waketransit.com where they can learn more about the plan and even contact us with any questions that they have. As you know, this plan will be primarily funded through a half-cent sales tax if it achieves a successful voter referendum in the November general election. And we certainly want to encourage folks to ask us any questions before it goes to that vote.
Tim Maloney, Director of Wake County Planning, Development, and Inspections, thank you so much for being here. When we return, we'll share with you some tips on mosquito prevention.